Border Force officers in Brisbane have been alerted to the arrival of this US citizen flying in from Los Angeles.
He's come of interest because of other associates he's been travelling with previously have been intercepted in the States and they've been caught with narcotics leaving the US.
You've been here before, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
The man is actually meant to be in Melbourne, and officers question him about his unusual travel movements.
So how come you came into Brisbane?
Because my flight was, I was late for my flight when I came to LA, or when I was in LA from here.
You live in LA?
I live in LA, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was late for that flight, and then they put me on this one to Brisbane, and then they told me from Brisbane I could fly to...
Yeah. Well, can you do me a favour? Can you just spell it that for me? Are you feeling okay? You're not sick?
Yeah, I'm just a little shaky because everything that's going on. I don't know. I'm late for my flight.
Okay.
I'm a little worried.
But you've travelled, like you said, travel floors. This is custom. This is what we do. We just search.
No, I understand. I totally understand. It's just,
I just think you're really shaking. So
yeah, it's also I have PSD, so it's kind of like, it's good. Everything's good.
Okay.
Do you need to take any medication or anything like that?
I haven't taken any, no.
Do you need to take some?
No, I don't.
Sure. Would you like a chair? Or
The chair would be nice if that's
we
possible.
can get that. Yeah. Okay.
Officers are concerned that the man's nervous behaviour could be an indication that he is carrying illicit items. And as the shaky passenger takes a seat, officers prepare to carry out a swab test.
Do you know what this is?
No.
Okay, so basically it tests. It's got a machine in there. It's going to test for traces of drugs. Have you ever used any drugs?
I have used it.
What sort of drugs have you used?
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine? Okay. When?
About 3 days ago.
3 days ago. So you think maybe it's going to come back positive?
Probably.
Probably. How often do you use?
Enough.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you straight up now. Have you got any drugs in your bags or on your person?
Not in my bag.
Okay. On your person?
You did.
That was an admission?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. All right.
Confirming their suspicions, the man admits to officers that he is carrying drugs internally. Thousands of packages pass through Sydney's International Mail Centre every day, and biosecurity officers are always on the lookout for anything that may pose a threat. And today, an X-ray of an unusually large box has caught Officer Steve's attention.
Dave, what do you think of this? I'm not sure what to make of that. It's got some wires in there.
Where's it from?
It's coming from Russia, and it's declared as a souvenir.
It's a massive box, and you've got something that's small inside and organic, so obviously there's a lot of packing around it, otherwise it'd shake quite a bit. Whatever it is must be fragile.
You've got the wires here, you've got what looks like to be a wooden base. There's a couple of nails holding something in there, but it's too light to be a statue. It's got me stumped.
The X-ray is giving no clues, so the package is taken for closer inspection. But once opened, officers still have no idea what's inside. They carefully remove the excess padding.
Get in there.
And what they finally uncover could pose a serious biosecurity risk.
Wow.
Biosecurity officers in Sydney have pulled aside these two passengers for a baggage inspection, and a box they have brought from Vietnam reveals something fishy.
Have you brought fish into Australia before?
No, never. This is the first time.
First time. Who cleans the
guy in
fish?
Vietnam.
The
My
uncle.
friend uncle.
Not you.
No, no, no.
But something
Do you know
about
why?
these fish does not look right.
On all of the fish, there's a little slice.
Yeah.
So it's deliberately been done.
The fish have a small slit, which should indicate that they have been gutted, but their bellies appear to be full.
They may have tried to make it look like it has been cleaned properly, but we always check all the fish that comes into Australia. So why has it been cut and nothing's taken out?
We don't check it before we take it go
So
to
you just-
airport. Yeah.
We need to have a look at this because there may be a concealment in there.
It's strange that the passengers can't explain the state of the fish, and officers are now on high alert to the possibility of an illegal concealment.
So I'm going to ask you straight up now. Have you got any drugs In your bags or on your person?
Not in my bag.
Okay, on your person.
This nervous passenger, Christopher, has confessed that he's a regular methamphetamine user and that he is carrying narcotics into Australia today.
You need to look at me. Okay, I'm now going to caution you, all right? You do not have to say or do anything, but anything you do say or do could be taken down in evidence. Do you understand that? Okay. Christopher, the drugs you have on your person, are they on your body? Are they internally or? Okay. And on, you got both, all right, mate. He has made admissions that he is carrying something on his body. He said it's methamphetamines. He's carrying it around his crotch area and he's also carrying it internally.
Drug importation is a serious offence and the investigation will now be stepped up.
Because you've made an admission that you're carrying drugs on your person, okay, so you understand that that's a concern for us, we're going to be calling the federal police. It's a glass of water there, mate.
As reality sinks in, the passenger becomes increasingly upset.
He's extremely distraught. I think he's realised what's happened.
Despite his distress, so far officers only have the man's word to go on, so they continue to search his bags to make sure they do not contain any illicit substances, and they must also check his body.
Okay, Christopher, we've got a dog here, okay? We just would like you just to stand up against this wall and the dog's going to run past, all right?
If the detector dog sits near the passenger, it's an indication that there are narcotics present. It's a positive reaction from the detector dog.
So, mate, you're right to take a seat, mate.
The passenger's health now becomes a top priority, as there is every chance the narcotics he is carrying internally could rupture and become life-threatening.
It out of the box, yeah.
At Sydney's International Mail Centre, biosecurity officers have opened a heavily wrapped package sent from Russia and located what appears to be an animal inside.
Oh, wow.
It's very different.
Is that a bird? That's an owl.
It's an owl.
I didn't expect an owl.
No. You can see the metal they brought through. Its pads and its claws.
Okay, so that's all the wiring they used
Yeah.
to mount it. And they've got a couple of screws in there.
It's an impressive specimen, but officers need to be sure the taxidermied owl does not pose any biosecurity risks.
It's actually not a bad taxidermy.
It's actually quite clean.
It is very clean. There's no blood, there's no sinew. There's nothing that can contaminate it. It's been cleaned very well. You don't see this every day.
No.
The owl poses no biosecurity risk, but there is something else that does.
The item does have pine cones on it, and they are real, and that could be the bigger danger here today, because they can grow.
If planted, the pine cones could potentially introduce pests or diseases not found in Australia, so they are removed and will be destroyed.
Would you have to get the owl checked with Border Force, though, as it could be an endangered species?
Australia is a member of CITES, an international agreement between governments aimed at protecting endangered animals from illegal trade.
We want to make sure this owl's not on that list.
Biosecurity officers have requested that Border Force inspect the fish which these passengers have brought to Australia due to concerns that they may have been used to conceal narcotics.
The fish was given to them by somebody else, and for us, that's always a concern.
We're going to x-ray it on our x-ray, and then we will go from there.
While the fish are x-rayed, officers question the women.
So what was your friend's name that gave it to you?
Uncle of my friend in Sydney.
So it was an uncle
Yes.
of a friend.
Yes.
So you've got no name?
No, I never meet my friend. Tell her uncle give for me. Give for you.
It is highly concerning that they know very little about the person who supplied the items they are carrying.
Do you have anything else that they gave you?
No, not only.
Just the fish?
Yes.
And the investigation takes a dramatic turn when officers see objects inside the fish which appear to be the exact size and shape of pellets drug carriers use to carry drugs internally.
We wouldn't expect to see this. There's something in there. It could be a concealment. We're going to have to open the fish up and have a closer look at it.
Border Force are concerned the fish may have been used to conceal an illicit substance, and they will now conduct an internal examination to see what's inside.
They're all pretty frozen, so we're going to have to cut one open.
They soon find something in the fish that looks exactly like the pellets which drug syndicates use to courier narcotics internally in people.
Oh.
But it is actually something completely innocuous.
It's a swim bladder, so it must fill it with air.
It's a swim bladder.
Oh my God, it is too. Show me.
That's exactly what it is.
The swim bladder controls the fish's buoyancy and is usually removed when a fish is properly gutted. A second x-ray of the fish, now with the swim bladders removed, gets the all clear.
Gone.
Yeah, it's gone. It's a swim bladder.
You happy?
Yeah.
No worries?
Yeah, it's definitely gone.
No concealments are found in the fish, but officers warn the women about the dangers of carrying items for other people.
You bring something in and you don't know what it is, then you can be in big trouble. This could have been anything in there. They could have had drugs in it or anything.
The fish don't contain drugs, but the intestines are still a major problem, as they can carry diseases and parasites which are a danger to Australian fish stocks and to human health.
It's your responsibility to know what you're allowed to bring and what you're not. You travel lots, so you should know.
In Brisbane, this passenger has admitted he has methamphetamine strapped to his groin area, as well as carrying it internally.
How much do you have? Ounces? How many ounces? 6.5.
Yeah. The people that you're here to meet, not involved?
Not at all. Absolutely not involved.
So it's just purely for you?
Just for me.
He's stated that it's personal use only. He's not bringing in the narcotics for anyone else. He's met an Australian woman online, so he's coming to visit her. We'll do some further follow-up on that person as well.
The Australian Federal Police have been called, and they will take over the investigation, but Border Force officers' immediate concern is the passenger's fragile health.
So, Christopher, with the narcotics, with the breakup of it, how much is around your crotch and how much did you insert anally?
There's 1 ounce on my contraband crotch.
Sorry, say that again?
I think there's 1 ounce under my crotch and the rest is in me.
So most of it is inserted? Okay.
An ambulance team is also on its way, but the passenger becomes more distressed as time passes.
It's a fairly common reaction being caught with the staff. Unlike probably people that have it in their baggage, because it's on his body, it's a lot harder for them because it's still, they can't sort of get rid of it, it's still on them or in them in this case.
But before he can be taken to hospital and receive medical help, the passenger must consent.
Just have a read of this one, okay? That just explains to you what's going to happen, okay?
He reads the information, but he refuses to agree to the examination.
Christopher, if you consent to the search being done, you need to sign here, okay?
Okay, I know, but if that's what's going to take for me to get home to my dog, then that's what I'll do. If it doesn't, if it means I'm going to be still arrested, then I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I just want to go home to my dog and never deal with drugs again.
As you understand, going home is not an option.
As the minutes tick by, he still still refuses to consent.
Our main concern here at the moment, Chris, is your health. Do you understand that? The fact that he's got the narcotics inside, which we believe to be methamphetamine, that we have got concerns that they could burst inside him, so we're just really more concerned about his health at this stage rather than narcotics.
Biosecurity officers are weighing up whether to fine 2 women from Vietnam who have brought fish to Australia without properly gutting them.
There's still gills inside, so they need to be completely gutted and the gills need to be taken out. There could be lots of diseases and pathogens and things living inside the gills, especially and inside the intestines, little parasites and stuff like that as well. It's not good. It has to be destroyed and disposed of, okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Officers believe the women were not intending to deceive Australian biosecurity.
It wasn't actually the women who had caught this fish and gutted it, it was a friend's uncle. And they said they weren't aware of how it's been cleaned or processed.
As these items were declared, there will be no penalty today.
You're not going to be given an infringement. Next time, you pack your own bag and tell the uncle he needs to clean it properly and he can't try and make it look like it's been cleaned because we will check it every time, okay?
The fish are safely disposed of and the women are free to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope that the passengers have learnt today to make sure that they know what they are carrying before they come into the country, that they never carry anything on behalf of anybody else because they can be fined for providing misleading information.
As you understand, going home is not an option.
This 34-year-old American man is refusing to sign a consent form so he can be taken to hospital to remove the life-threatening narcotics that he has admitted he is carrying inside him.
Yeah, this is not an admission of guilt. This is, so all you need to do is sign it and date it here.
If I do say this right now.
Yeah, that's all right.
I know it's gonna come out. It's in there. I know that
It's going to have to come out either way. So the 2 options are, if you sign the form, then we can get it out a lot quicker. Otherwise, we have to get a judge to give us an order to actually.
There is a medical team on standby, but they cannot help until the passenger gives consent.
Either way, you'll go to the hospital, and you'll be coming out at the hospital by a doctor.
Finally, he agrees. The man's belongings will now be seized by the Australian Federal Police as he is medically assessed.
The Queensland Ambulance did monitor him and done a few tests. They're quite comfortable nothing's leaked at this stage, but they're very concerned that something may leak, because by what we can understand is he actually put it into himself prior to leaving LA, so it's about 16, 17 hours. So they're really keen to get him to the hospital to get it removed by a doctor as soon as possible.